This video explains how you can create a new web app in a Visual Studio in Mac and then publish it to Azure. So here are the steps that you need to take. First of all, in the Visual Studio, you need to sign in with your Azure account. And you can see here I've already signed in my Visual Studio. If I go to Visual Studio and then account, you can see I have already logged in. If you haven't, you will have to add your account into Visual Studio and then you will be able to publish your project. So that is the first step that you need to take. Next step that you need to take is you need to create the new web app project using one of the templates provided in Visual Studio. So let us go back to Visual Studio, and then here in the file you have to click on new solution and you have to select one of the templates. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use .NET Core app, and here you can see there is a web application template. There is also a model view controller template, but right now we are going to use this web application template. Then click on next and then select your target framework and authentication. So right now let us keep it simple. I'm going to create an app which is simple app without any authentication, and here .NET Core 3.1. that is the latest version of .NET Core. So main difference between .NET Core and .NET Framework is that in .NET Core you can use that app on any system, Linux, Mac and Windows. In .NET Framework you can execute your application only on Windows based system. That's the main difference, and that's why I prefer .NET Core, because that is going to be the future, as it is cross-platform portable. So let us click on next, and then here you have to give the project directory. You can create the Git repository if you want, Git ignore file, project name, solution name, location, and on the right hand side it is showing the preview of your project. I have already created one project, and so I'm not gonna actually create this project. I'll directly show you how that project looks like after you follow these steps and click on create. So let us click on cancel right now, because this project is already created. So here you can see this project. This is how this project is created by default. So this is the solution, and in that solution there is one project. A solution can have multiple projects. So right now there is just one project here, and these are the dependencies for this project. I'm using ASP.NET-Core.app and .NET-Core. Then in the pages you can store your pages for your application properties. There is a launch setting for your app. So this is useful for the local development, and there is a www root file as well, and app settings, program.cs, startup.cs. So this project is ready. Now let us try to deploy this application on Azure. So to deploy this application to Azure, what you have to do is just right click and then click on publish, and then click on publish to Azure. So here you will see all the app service says that are running on the Azure. If you can't see anything here, that means you haven't set up any app service on Azure. So it doesn't matter, you have to click on new, and then you can create this app service right from here. You can also create a new service plan, but right now there is a bug which is preventing this resource group from appearing here, and that's why what I did is I created this app service manually in Azure portal. So I will quickly show you how to create that. So you can see this is the app service that I've created on Azure manually. So to create that one, you have to click on create a resource and then click on app service, or you can click on web app here. Then give the resource group, subscription, all these details you need to fill in. Then provide the app name, whatever you want to give. Then select the runtime for your application. Here we are selecting Windows, and then you have to select the this app service plan as well. You can create a new app service plan if it is not there already in this drop down. And here it is telling what is the details of that app service plan. So it will provide me 1.75 GB of memory, and then you have to click on review and create. So once it is created, it takes like 1 minute to deploy this app service. Once the app service is up and running, you can deploy this application from Visual Studio. So I'm gonna select this app service which is already running in Azure, then click on publish. At the top you can see the status of this publish process. Right now it is saying that publishing to Azure. And in the down bottom screen you can see in Azure section the logs of this publishing process. You can see there is a Azure section in this pads, and it looks like the publish process is completed. You can see our app is now running on this particular URL. So that's it in this video. Now once the application is deployed, you can edit your files to whatever changes you want to do in the application, and then you can publish it directly from here as well. You can also go to the Azure portal and then see the status of your app. In the overview section, it will display all the details of your app, like what is the resource group subscription, then app service plan, URL of your app as well. And here you can diagnose and solve the problems. You can, in the deployment center, you can associate repository as well. Right now what we did is we directly deployed the app or published the app from our local machine, but in a real life scenario you don't want to do that. What you want to do is you want to push it to the repository, and then from that repository, through the continuous integration, that application will be deployed or published. So you can do that settings from the deployment center. You can hook your repository. For example, the repository that we have created or the project that we have created locally, we will have to push it to Azure repositories or GitHub, any of these Git repo, and then from there we can configure this deployment. In the configuration section, you can see what is the settings for your app. For example, connection strings for your app, general settings, like what is the stack, platform, HTTP version as well. You can change this version from here, HTTP version of your server. Then if you are a server administrator, then you will understand all the settings. This is the default documents for our application. You can also check the application insights, where it will display the details about your app, traces and events, all this information. Identity, basically here we can specify what people have access to this particular resource. So you can add a user assigned managed identity as well. In backups, we can take the backup. Then custom domains, we can assign the URL for our application. So right now the URL of our application is this one, softpost demo app.azurewebsites.net, but we want to have a custom domain. Then you can, like for example, softpost.com. then you can configure that thing from here in the custom domain section. You can also add SSL certificates for your website. You can put this website in virtual network in the networking section. It is also called as VNet integration. You can scale out, scale up. All these settings are possible. In web jobs, you can run the scheduled jobs on your server or app. In push, you can send messages using this notification hub service in Azure. Another important thing that I wanted to show is in the monitoring, you can also check the log stream of your application as well, where you can see what's happening in your server. So if there is any problem, your application is not running, you can see here the logs or the errors, if any. So that's it in this video. If you have more questions, let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching this video.